everybody, and welcome to Makerspace Monday nights. I am super pumped to have you guys here tonight. And I have to say, this is kind of funny getting our stage set up for you. And if you notice, I am by a nice, lovely fireplace, a wonderful little mug of hot cocoa, which, by the way, our guest tonight is going to share one of her beautiful traditions that she shared with her mom, and she's going to show you a little bit of her secret. But you know what? I got all excited with that snowfall we had on Friday nights, and it just kind of, how do you say it? Put me in the mood for a little bit of ornament creativity. So tonight, I welcome all of you to be a part of our ornament workshop. We have a lot of stuff to do, so we're going to get busy. But first, as we always do, for a little bit of housekeeping, you should have received your box full of goodies, and we're going to go over 3 different ornament making projects tonight. And we're going to go with a happy snowman wooden bead ornament. We're going to then have the candy cane Christmas tree, and then last but not least, oh, this is my favorite actually. You guys are going to have fun because you get to mess with glue. You get to mess with glue and have fun with that. So this is what I did, but we'll get to that in just a few minutes. All right. So if you guys have any questions at all, please go ahead and ask, because this is live right now. And if you have any questions, ask Sarah, type it in the Q&A box, and I will answer your question. If I go a little slow, this time together is recorded, so you can rewatch it at another time. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. I've got my hot cocoa ready to go. And let's start with the Happy Snowman wooden bead ornament. So you've all reached you had your little bit, and I'm ready for my producer helper to get a nice little close up. And let's try to clear this out of the way. There we go. And I think we're set. Do we have a good view on this, Tyler? Okay, you gave me the thumbs up. So with most things, we always like to have that finished product ready to go. And here is our little finished product. And what we have is we have this darling little ornament, and it's a little snowman. It's a little snowman, and I hope you have a good view on that. So in your supply, we have a couple items. Here we go. So you would have received your 3 little beads, your wooden beads, and I went ahead and added a few little extra drawings on there. I added little buttons. I added a little smiley face because he's a happy snowman. And then I included all the other items. So you know what I love about things with crafts? You can actually go in and you can recycle other stuff. So did you guys remember when we did our t-shirts Well, we recycled. I saved the sleeves from that, and we're going to use it for our little snowman and our candy cane Christmas tree. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to grab your twine, which is twine, and I kind of generously cut this for you, so it's kind of extra long. So you're going to take your 1 bead, and there's going to be 3 beads that, like I said, they have different colors. So, and just go ahead and thread. I want to say something really fast. So what I did is I had taken a toothpick and I went inside of it and I kind of went around in a circle just to kind of open it up, because sometimes there's little extra particles of wood on the inside of it. So you want to be able to kind of, go through it freely so it's freed up. And I did this already, but I wanted you guys to see what I did. So then guess what? We're going to add slowly. So start with the top of the hat first. Okay, so on the top, because it's cold outside, so you want to add the hat. So we're going to add the very tippity top of the hat to that. Now, you might have to take your fingers and kind of narrow it, but go ahead and actually another idea too is add a piece of tape too. So you're just going to go right on the inside. So that's the top. And then I gave you, so your hat is going to be blue. This hat is actually for tonight, it's red. Go ahead and add it in, just like so. And then we're going to add, so we have the top of the hat. So we're going to do a really quick trick. So we want to add a loop on the top of our ornament because we need to hang it up on our tree. So we're going to wrap this around just like this. So we created a loop, and who knows how to do a knot? And feel free if you need some help with that. It's always good to ask for help. So all you're going to do is just tie a little knot at the very top, just like so. So I'm wearing a sweater I have on right now. And what I love about the sweater I'm wearing, it's my great-grandmother's. It's really, really old, and it's one of my traditions that I have. So yeah, I'm just tying a little knot, wrap it around, just like so. So we got a knot. I hope you guys have a good, is it a good, can you see that all right, Tyler? So we're just adding, so all I've done is add a knot. Bam, done, right? So then we're gonna go down. So now we have a knot, and we have the top of the hat. So guess what comes next? We're gonna add this darling little face. So if you take a peek, you're gonna find the face in your goodies. So you want them upright, so he's smiling. Now I'm gonna suggest something. Because we're all about texture, you can add onto this darling little snowman's face, puffy paint for the smile. Also, you can add some different type of yarn texture to it, so it creates a little bit of a texture. So now we have the face. What comes next, do you think? I wonder. Well, of course, we have to have his tummy, right, with this little buttons. So then that comes next. And last but not least, so you can start to see the form take shape, we're going to add the bottom of this. So we're going to bring it through, and this is the bottom. Can you guys guess what we do next? I think I can tell you. So we're going to tie off the bottom. Otherwise, they're all going to slip off the bottom. So here's what you're going to do. Again, you're just going to tie a knot on the top. So just tie a knot, bring it down. It's always nice if you can get a little helping hands in this part. So just tie it so it doesn't slip through. And that's all you do. We're almost done. Now, I have put in some little googly eyes in this, but like I said, you can add in your texture paints to this to create some eyes. So I've done a knot. So can you see that all right? Okay, so I did bring some scissors with me, and you might have scissors, probably have scissors at home. So I'm just gonna cut this bottom part off because you don't need all that extra. So cut it off. So wait a minute, we've got to add his hat. So this is where we have the top of the hat. So all I did was take a pair of, I cut a round piece of texture so it's in your box, in your goodies. And if anybody, if you have, just kind of do it like that, see? Just pull it through, just like so. And there you go. See, he's starting to take shape. So what does he need next? He needs a scarf. So then you take your scarf, wrap it around. And by the way, this is a big scarf at that. I went out for a walk tonight to grab some supplies for tonight, and I thought it was a super chilly night. But I tell you, got a little bit of a chill in there. So I'm going to tighten this up. So again, with the knot, tighten it up. So you just tighten it up around, and that's all you do. Easy peasy, right? And then you can add the eyes later on, and feel free to, kind of, fluff them around a little bit. But in the end result, you're going to have this adorable little snowman to put. And I almost put the date on there. Put the date on there, but I'm going to give him his little wiggly eyes, and he's all set. So we're all done with that. Moving along, we have our wonderful little candy cane Christmas tree. Again, this is all about recycling. We've taken all of our upcycling, what is that called, where you take in and you take your new and then you add it. So we're taking the leftover pieces from our t-shirt activity, and we're going to turn it into this little darling little Christmas tree. So here's what we do. It's so fun. So you grab and you just do every other color. But I would recommend too, what you could do is you can do like to have different textures. You can do different yarns. So you're going to kind of start at the bottom. So I have this twig I found in my yard. So it's just this twig, and you start kind of towards the bottom, but you don't want to go to all the way to the bottom because a tree has the bottom part to it. So you're going to just kind of, can you see this all right? So I'm just going to tie it around, and this is all you do. You start with that, and you go every other color, every other texture, whatever you want to do. So I've added one on there, and it'll kind of have its own little hold once we get moving. So then that's all you do. Just keep going up the little tree. I cannot wait to get to that twine yarn ball. I gotta say, when I did it, I thought, I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but it's worked out so well. So now I'm on another color, or like I said, you can do a different texture, whatever you want to do, and give it kind of a nice little gentle tug. I mean, just feel how soft the fabric is. Now I did my candy cane tree a while ago, and so it's really held up well. So we're just going to kind of switch in again, switch out and do the other, and you're going to go all the way up the tree, just like so. So I'm going to kind of quickly go on this. So yeah, one of my traditions that I have at my house, and I don't know if that's your same tradition or not, but I love to make sugar cookies. I love to make sugar cookies, and probably one of my favorite parts of making sugar cookies is adding the sprinkles on the top. Okay, so you're just going up the top, and you're just going to keep going up the top all the way up. So once you get to the top part of your tree, and I'm going to kind of go quickly all the way, and I gave you guys each 8 little pieces of cloth. So you can do as many as you like. You can make your tree, but kind of make sure that they're kind of snug together, kind of really close together, almost as if they're kind of hugging each other. And then switch out and do your other texture again. Oh, my little piece of wood stick is kind of shedding a little bit, but that's all right. And another suggestion too, you can even do it around the candy cane if you want. So I'm going to add another one. All you're doing is tying a knot. And that's all you do. Isn't that easy and fun to do? Let's go all the way to the top. I'm almost finished, you guys. Now I did give you guys each a little star to add, and then I also included in your baggie, I included a piece of like wire, like gold wire or silver wire, and that will be nice to add to the top. I mean, all you do is, what's nice about it, you can move it around and redo the shape. And I'm going to add one more piece to the very tippity top, and then I'm going to show you what you're going to do next. And this is pretty easy to do, and all you do is take leftover strips, like this, just like this. And again, we're going to need our scissors, just like that. Now we have it. This is where our tree takes shape. Is coming up right next. So see, we have all these like loose, now it almost looks like another whole type of deal. But then you're going to take and cut. You're going to cut the shape of a tree. You're just like this, now follow. And we're going to start width on the bottom and then just cut it. And that's all you do. See how easy this is? And maybe get some help on the scissors, huh? Just like that. And then cut over here. Wider on the bottom, narrower at the top. And then cut. Almost finished. And then go back in and kind of reshape it a little bit. And it might need a couple more trimmings to make it just right. But then at this point, you'll go in. So the twine, whoops, better should cut that a little bit more. So the twine part, what I've done is you'll take the twine and then you just kind of wrap it around right underneath that top piece of cloth. And you just kind of wrap it around and around and around, and then just pull it up to the back. And so that will allow you to hang it from anywhere you want. And I just kind of created and molded it into had a circle, and then I just made it into a heart. because holidays is all about family and friends. So then just with that star I gave you, just add the star to the top. And that's it. Easy as pie. All right, moving right along now. This next one, if you're ready, is that out of the way? Okay, good. Okay, so this one is pretty fun. And this one is going to allow you to get a little bit messy. So I hope you're ready for messy. Look what I made. So I started this last Friday. And this was created out of the twine. So that little bit, that bunch that I sent you, so the twine, the balloon, and everything, you're going to make this little twine ball. So here we go. So what I've done is you guys have in your bunch, you have a balloon. And I'm going to recommend stretching it out, stretching it out, stretching it out. Just stretching all over it. Because boy, this is one tough balloon. So you're going to stretch it all over the place, just like so. How are you doing, Jody? You doing good?
I'm doing well.
Oh, I can't wait for your part when you talk to us about that hot chocolate recipe. All right, so you stretch it out, and you might want to do that for just a little while, and then you're going to get a balloon. Now, don't worry, because this balloon kind of has its own personality and shape. So now you're going to take, so you have your balloon, and I would say probably make it, blow it up, and then tie the top, and you're going to make it about the size of an orange, I would say, or a grapefruit. So make it about that size, and then you have your twine. Now I measured the twine out, so it would be about the right amount, and this is where it got tricky. So once you've blown up your balloon, and like I said, don't worry about the shape of it because we're going to squish it and add to it. So at the very top, once it's tied up, you're going to take again, go around the top. You see that all right? I'm going to wrap it around, and then we're going to tie a knot at the top, just right in the neck of the balloon top. So just see that? Okay, so I just tied a knot around the top. This is going to keep your string in place when we do the next part. So we've added that. Now, here comes the fun part. So take your string, and with your hands, and maybe you want to make yours about the size of an apple, maybe not so big. So you're going to kind of squish it, kind of make it a firm little grip on your balloon. Then we're going to start our wrapping. We're just going to wrap it around. See how I'm pushing on that? Kind of push on that balloon, and we're just going to wrap it around. Wrap, wrap, wrap. And that's all you do. You wrap it around, and you know what? It's going to slide. That's okay. That's why you want to kind of get a firm wrap. So wrap it all around, and I gave you a lot of string. So it keeps wrapping, and it's tied on the top, so it's not going anywhere. And then just wrap it several times. Maybe keep kind of a squeeze on it. And you know what? I had to practice this a little bit to get it right. So you wrap it around, just like this. Do we have any questions at all in the chat box?
Yeah, I got to them.
You got to them though? All right, good deal. You're good. Oh, I got him to talk. I worked. So we're just, can you kind of almost see? So now, you know what? It's almost like a little bit of a pumpkin or a squash. Because, you know, those always have that kind of that little rind in it, you know, with those pumpkins. Keep on going. Keep on a wrapping. I wish we had some music right now. Let's sing Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock. Anybody know that song? Or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I think they try to stick a Rudolph or a nose on me tonight. So it wraps around. Now guess what? Uh-oh, we got to change directions. You know why? Because we need to. So just kind of go this way now. It's all right. You guys might roll off. That's all right. Now see? Let your fingers help keep it in place. Let your fingers help keep it in place. So you're going to go around the other way. See how it's kind of staying in place? And if it slides, no, not a big deal. Just slide it on down. And it might take a couple tries. That's all right. Maybe that's why you start off with an orange size or an apple size. So I'm going around. I promise this works and this is pretty fun. So you're gonna go around like that. Basically just wrapping it. Kind of like wrapping around a change directions, shift it around. So yeah, so this sweater I'm wearing is pretty old and I wear it on Christmas Eve. It's one of my traditions. So then that's about it. So we're almost kind of getting close to the end of our thread. Just getting very close. So there we go. Have a good side on that. And that's it. Now we kind of have a tangled mess happening, don't we? So now, very important. So this last piece of string right here, wrap it around the very top of that part. Just wrap it around. What that is kind of how it anchors it a little bit. You guys are probably thinking, oh my stars. So then we're gonna like so. Guess what we're gonna do next? We're going to tie it off. Tie it off, find that little thread from earlier and make another knot. We did a lot tonight. You guys are little troopers. You guys, we did a lot tonight and we're almost to the end. So we're going to tie it in a knot and then we'll have our this ready to go. So let's see, now we've tied off the top. Now, watch this. So I sent you guys some glue. And in your glue, you'll want to add in a little bit of water, and maybe I filled it a little too high. Go ahead and dump some of that glue out. You may not need as much, but the glue that's in there, I've added a little bit of water, and then you have your sponge. So you have your sponge. Now this is the fun part. This is where you get messy. You get messy. So you take your glue like so. And you're going to dip it. Now keep this container because you're going to use that again. And here's very important. I grab that top part, and then you're just going to dip down. So you're going to add a little bit of water to that, just kind of give it a nice little lightweight consistency. And you're just going to dab it on, just like that. Dab it on, dance it around. So you dance it all the way around and get it nice and drenched. And if it kind of sticks up in some spots, that's all right. So that's what you do. You just kind of go around and dip it on there. And eventually it's gonna dry. Now I left mine on so it dried. It took quite a while. But then once you've added it, and I'm just gonna go and fast forward because of our time, set it on the top of your glue and then that will dry. And I let mine dry for like 2 days. So here's what you get. So inside of it, you had your balloon. Whoops, you had your balloon. So what I did is where you had that top part where the top part was tied, I just cut it. I just cut that top part off. It's not gonna pop on you. It's gonna kind of a little bit deflate. And then you take, well, I'm gonna use this candy cane, but use a pencil or something. And then you just poke, poke, poke. And that will move away from and then you'll have this cool string ball. Now on the inside, you're going to be left with this, guess what? Left with the balloon. Pull it out, you don't need it anymore. And this is the shape. Now I also sent with you I just love these. What are they called? Pipe cleaners? Pipe cleaners. So guess what you get to do next? And you know what you can do too? You can fill this ball with candy, right? You could fill it with candy. So I'm going to put it inside there. What I like about this kind of pipe cleaner, it's our friend. It helps us. It can kind of go into one spot. So this is once you've dried it and all of that. So I'm just going to put it in here like so. And we're going to bring it around. And you know what? You can add glue. You can add texture. And feel the texture of this. It's just wonderful. I've added some little jingle bells because who doesn't like jingle all the way? I'm going to try not to drop it and then just put it through the top. You should have 2 bells in your box. Add it down to the bottom. You could do ribbons, whatever your heart desires, and then add it in. And that's it. It's easy as pie, right? So then we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna kind of tie it up. And I'm gonna do this. Make it however you want. It's yours. It's your creation. That's the best part of all. It's your creation. And not one is gonna be the same. So as I kind of wrap up this time together in this ornament making workshop, I'm very excited to introduce you to you, Jody Aldini. Jody Aldini has one of her traditions that she's going to share with us tonight. So she's in another space and she's going to talk to you about hot cocoa. And we'll see you when she's done talking to you. We'll see you back here.
Hi, thank you, Denise. I'm so excited to be here to share with you one of my favorite traditions when I was a little girl that my mom had started. We did go to the grocery store tonight. I was going to mix up all this hot cocoa, and the grocery store didn't have any of the powdered milk. So apparently everybody's making homemade cocoa mix. But the tools you will need, you'll need some measuring cups, a big bowl to mix it in, and a spoon, and you'll need an airtight container. So I'm going to go through this with you, and then I'll tell you what we used to do when I was a little girl. So you're going to take 5½ cups of your powdered milk and put it in a bowl, and then you'll take, ½ a cup of the non-dairy coffee creamer, the powdered form, and then you'll have 1¼ cups of powdered sugar and 1 cup of the Nestle Quick chocolate milk mix. And then you'll just mix that all up, and you'll want to store it in an airtight container. And when I was a little girl, on Sunday nights especially, my mom would make us some hot cocoa, and she would pop us a big bowl of popcorn, and we'd all sit down and watch, I don't know if it's even on anymore, but Wonderful World of Disney, every Sunday night. And then during the holiday season, we would also watch Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman, and we'd do the same thing. She'd make us a big bowl of popcorn, and we'd all have our hot cocoa. So, but when you're ready to make your hot cocoa, you have some adult supervision to heat you up some water, and depending on the size of your cup, you'll want to fill it to about 1/4 full, and then you'll put your water in there, mix it up, drop some marshmallows in there, and it just makes me want to go home and have some hot cocoa and some popcorn. So that's one of my favorite family traditions, and I hope maybe you'll make it one of yours. So thank you for having me, and you all have a safe and wonderful holiday season.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you for sharing your story. And see, you could do your hot cocoa, and then I can mix in my sugar cookies. So how would that be? Should we have a date, your hot cocoa and my sugar cookies? Well, I have to say how happy I am that all of you joined in tonight. So next Saturday, so this coming Saturday, which will be December 19th at 10 o'clock, we're going to be joined with guest Emily Tidsman, who is Miss Iowa, and be ready for music and singing. And also to view all of our events that we do, just go to iowalibrary.blog. And I want you guys to remember this above all else. Until next time, keep a smile on your face as you go from place to place. We'll see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the playground.